often with grade cricket, New South Wales it will be compulsory for these players to then play for their grade team if they're not playing for New South Wales. So we could turn up one week and we could have 8 professional cricketers in our team. With regards to the team, I think Fabi coming into the team has really changed the dynamic and the way we think. We've changed it. It is now all about winning. I feel like you have to be much more of a whole package, and something that I'm looking to start doing a lot more is really improving my batting and putting that into numbers.
First of all, thanks for taking the time to have a chat with me today. How's life down under so far?
Yeah, it's been great, thanks. Really enjoying it actually. It's been a really good experience, and I suppose the biggest thing would be stuff like the weather and stuff like that. It's been a bit of a nice change. My dad back home, he's just been getting really jealous about sort of the weather, and I tell him how hot it's been and stuff like that. He kind of resents me a little bit for it.
It's not your first trip to Australia, is it? I think you've been there before touring with England under 19s, right?
Yeah, we came to Australia last winter. We went to Brisbane. I think we did 7 weeks out there, which was pretty cool, just to come out here and experience Australia properly for the first time and play some cricket, get used to the conditions a bit. So that was really good, yeah.
And where are you now? Where are you based? What's life like where you are?
So I'm in Manly in Sydney. So it's about a 15-20 minute boat ride from Sydney Harbour. And it's on a stretch called the Northern Beaches, which is basically just a long stretch of beaches that goes all the way up past and out of Sydney. And it's pretty cool, to say the least, yeah.
How does it compare to Hove?
Weirdly, it's like an Australian version, especially Manly, because you have the cricket ground right in the middle of sort of like the town, and it's maybe a 5-minute walk to the beach. The only difference is that most days it's 28 degrees and sunny, and there's sand on the beach down here.
Yeah, nice. Let's talk about cricket a little bit then. So just tell me about who you're playing for, and what would the level be like if you were comparing it to England?
Yeah, so I'm playing for Manly Waringah Cricket Club in the Sydney Grade Cricket League. And, I was thinking this the other day. The way I'd probably describe it would be it's probably like second team cricket. Yeah. Because, like, on average, you never really know what kind of team's going to turn up. So if you take my club, for example, if like we have 7 New South Wales Blues cricketers associated with the club, and the difference to back home is often with grade cricket, New South Wales it will be compulsory for these players to then play for their grade team if they're not playing for New South Wales. So we could turn up one week and we could have 8 professional cricketers in our team, and then you'd probably argue it's better than second team cricket. But then most weeks you turn up and you've only got 3 or 4, and then you've got some really, really good like grade cricketers. So I'd probably say it's about second team level.
And what's your form been like? I know the last couple of weekends you've taken some wickets and runs, but scored some runs, sorry. But what's your form been like on a whole over the winter?
I suppose it's been pretty good. I've been pretty happy with it. We sort of flick in between white and red ball cricket, and sort of found white ball cricket a little bit easier, especially with the ball. I think I'm 6th in the wickets overall for the comp, and sort of I enjoy white ball cricket a little bit more. Just I feel like there's a little bit more energy and intensity around the game at times, which naturally suits me. And I suppose my form has just kind of reflected that. I've just enjoyed playing it, and I've done okay.
And I was talking to Paul Farbrace, and you've just said about obviously the New South Wales Blues and things like that. And we've obviously signed Daniel Hughes for this year, and he had mentioned that you'd had some contact with him. You'd been training with him. What's he like as a pro, and what will he bring to the Sussex team?
Yeah, he's I've spent some time with him down at New South Wales and some time with him in the Sixers as well, just net bowling and stuff. And he's a really nice fella. Like, seeing how he goes around his business, very professional bloke. He trains very hard, obviously highly talented player, as we saw in the eliminator of the Big Bash when he just played an unbelievable innings to basically win them the game. And well, hopefully we can expect some more of that in a Sussex shirt. That'd be good.
Definitely. And then let's talk about Sussex a little bit. So you've obviously come through the pathway. You're a local lad. I think your granddad played for Sussex as well, didn't he? And for the Albion as well. So from a talented family.
Yeah, he played. He came over from South Africa when he was 16 and played football for Brighton for a number of years. And then once he retired, just got invited down to a net session, and sort of one thing led to another. Ended up playing a couple of years for Sussex. My dad will be know the whole story a little bit better than I will, but I just remember that he used to put like little kitchen towels down his shins and do short leg and stuff like that. I just used to think that was mental.
Bit different now, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what about let's talk about Paul Farbrace a little bit, the impact he's had on the team and as usual development and the coaching team as a whole, really, because there's a great bunch of coaches there at Sussex. How much have they helped you develop your game in the last couple of years?
Oh, amazingly. With regards to the team, I think Farby coming into the team has really changed the dynamic and the way we think. We've changed it. It is now all about winning. That is what we're here to do. That's what our sort of end goal is as a cricket club. We want promotion. We want to win games of cricket, which I think is fantastic. And the whole group's really bought into that. And see how close we got to promotion last year was really promising. And hopefully we can go one step further this year. And then personally, I found in the last couple of years, Grant Flower has been amazing for me with the development of my batting. When Mike Yardy was academy coach as well for my batting was just amazing. So yeah, I feel like in the last couple of years, I've really turned into a much more rounded cricketer than I was when I was a lot younger, which for me is really promising.
Yeah, so you're obviously an off-spinning all-rounder. So when you took your opportunity in the Sussex team, you did score some runs and you took some wickets. When you look at the team, we've obviously got Jack Carson. He's just scored a half century for the England Lions. How much has he helped you? There's James Coles as well, Harrison Ward as well. Both can bowl and bat. Is that something you see yourself doing? Is mastering both of those disciplines?
Yeah, 100%. I feel like in cricket nowadays, you have to have sort of a whole package. Like it's not like days before where you'd have cricketers like your Phil Tufnells who are fantastic bowler, but I mean a bit of a questionable batter and fielder. I feel like you have to be much more of a whole package, and something that I'm looking to start doing a lot more is really improving my batting and putting that into numbers. And then with Carson, we bowl a lot in the nets together, and we went to school together. We played 2 years of school cricket together. So it's quite nice just to have that relationship with someone where you can bounce ideas off each other. And when we get the opportunity to chat cricket, we usually like to bounce ideas off each other, which is quite good.
And you signed your rookie contract in 2022, and then you've extended it 2023. Until you've had a few appearances as the 12th man, I think, in the county championship, and you had those chances in the One Day Cup, which you took with both hands, really. What are your ambitions kind of going forward this year? Is it to try and break into that first team, and then in terms of, I know you're playing for the under-19s England, is it maybe looking to get into the Lions squad in the next year or two as well?
Yeah, I'm not really a huge person that likes to set like long-term goals. I just feel like it can sort of cloud me a bit. I just like to think about sort of the next ball and what I'm going to do about that in the next game. But yeah, I suppose for me, nothing's really changed in terms of my sort of goals in a way. I'm just here to contribute to as many wins for Sussex as possible. And me personally, I want to be in that team as much as I can. So that comes down to performances in second team cricket and really earning your stripes and earning your way into that team. And playing more games of cricket this year for me would be amazing. Yeah.
And I know because Paul used you quite a lot as, like I say, as a 12th man. Does that give you that hunger and that motivation to try and make those next steps and solidify your place in the team going forward?
Oh, absolutely. When you're there and you're around it, it makes you want more of it. Like especially going around with the team in the blast and stuff like that, and you see the crowds and you see what you grew up watching and wanting to do, and you know you're that close. So just sort of, it definitely makes you hungry.
And then just to round up, so what time when are you heading back to England? When will we see you back? Will you be back in training with the boys before the start of the season?
Yeah, so I'm gonna head back. It's funny that actually I spoke to Fabi last week about this, and I'm heading back on the 28th of March. So long flight home, get back on the 29th, and then yeah, about a week, and then we're into proceedings. So been quite lucky, been quite lenient. The club have been quite lenient with me, letting me stay for the quarter final if we make it with Manly, and then head back. So yeah.
Oh, well, thanks for talking to me, Bertie. It was great to catch up with you, and good luck for the rest of the winter. And we'll see you in March.
Thanks, mate. Good to speak to you. Cheers.